家好，我是大贝。Hello everyone, I'm 大贝。The doll I am going to repaint today is a Chinese Barbie doll, a Tang Dynasty bride. Chinese Tang Dynasty, one of the most powerful dynasties in Chinese history, had a glorious achievement in terms of economy and culture. And its wedding customs, clothing, and women's views on marriage all had distinct characteristics of the times. In ancient China, the wedding customs can be summarized as follows: phoenix crown with rosy clouds, 10 miles of red dowries. 10 miles of red dowries is an exaggerated expression in ancient China that describes a woman's rich dowry and grand wedding scene when she gets married, used to describe the grandeur of the wedding and richness of the dowry. This idiom originates from ancient wedding customs, where red dowries refers to a woman's dowry, especially red dowry items, as red symbolizes joy and auspiciousness in Chinese culture. 10 miles is an exaggeration of length, meaning that the dowry possession extends a long distance from the bride's home to the groom's home, sometimes even extending for several miles, demonstrating the wealth of the bride's family. In ancient China, the amount of dowry directly affects a girl's status in the family after marriage. Therefore, in ancient times, a woman with 10 miles of red dowries not only had a glamorous appearance, but also had the confidence to join her husband's family. Okay, let's start repeating. Today I am going to repaint the Chinese Barbie doll, 可儿娃娃. This is an old doll that I bought a few years ago, which is no longer produced. I like to firstly use color powder to sweep out the brightness and darkness of the doll face. Then use watercolor pencil to outline the rough contour, and then use acrylic paint to color it. This way, the makeup is more layered. The color transition is more natural. The color saturation of acrylic paint is more vivid, and the detail processing is more delicate than watercolor pencil. More importantly, acrylic paint is waterproof, will not fall off, and does not need to spray matte, which is not only toxic but also cannot prevent the makeup for a long time. I implant the eyelashes because the glue may peel off over time, possibly due to air humidity or changes in weather conditions. Sometimes, when putting on or taking off clothes, the eyelashes may also be pulled off. Therefore, I usually painting eyelashes. If I want to add fake eyelashes, I would choose to implant them one by one. The wig of the doll was not made finely enough, and the scalp was a bit exposed. I cut off some of the doll's hair and filled the exposed scalp with implants. Then I tied the hair with a red ribbon, and then it looks much more delicate. But how could the phoenix crown be missing? So I added some golden hair accessories to her, as I didn't like to stick them with glue. I still sewed them together with thread. This way, if I want to remove them, it wouldn't damage the original hairstyle. The most important thing is that I'm afraid of death, because the glue contains formaldehyde, which is toxic. I try to avoid contact as much as possible. When it comes to ancient Chinese weddings, how could they be without big red lanterns? Hurry up and arrange it. This time, I was lazy to buy a finished lantern, and I added a small light bulb in it. This is just an experiment. Next time I plan to make lanterns myself, I will feel more successful. Yes, the next video is the Yuanshao Lantern Festival, which is a traditional Chinese festival celebrated on the 5th day of the first lunar month. In order to facilitate the removal of the small light bulb, I inserted a plastic bottle into the lantern so that the bulb would not tilt around. The big red lantern needs to be paired with a Chinese-style window. At night, the lights on the street shine through the window into the house. The dim big red lanterns hang on the window, shining on the bride's face. This is the feeling of Tang Dynasty beauty in my heart. In order to depict the dim lighting of the window at night, I applied a layer of luminescent paint on the windows, which can also protect the painting work. Alright, that's all for the production process. Let's appreciate the final work. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next video. Bye. 谢谢观看，我们下期见。